What's going on, guys? Everything Wild Outdoors. I'm going to do a quick review here of the Dakota Hoody. This is in the Sitka Optifade Marsh camo pattern. These things retail for 280 bucks. I think it's worth it if you can flip 280 bucks. 280 bucks is a lot of money, and I will say with this is, in hunting clothing in general, it's one of the few things I buy full price, because hunting clothing, A, they're going to come out with a new pattern or something, they're going to want to clearance out the old pattern. I look for that. Or B, there's enough markup that people generally, like vendors-wise, are willing to put these things on sale at like Black Friday or Christmas time. You see clothing go on sale. So try to catch it on a sale if you can. Maybe get it for that 180 price. 200, that's a much better deal. 280 is a little high, I think. I like it at 200 better. That's my own opinion. If you're patient, I'm sure you can get it for that cheap. If you want to go out and buy it, it is a very, very nice jacket, so don't feel like you're a fool for spending $280. Let's talk about it. Let's start with a hood. I'm not really sold on the hood. The hood is designed for this application. You guys are going to get some free humor because I'm going to look ridiculous. But it's got an elastic, really tight-fitting hood. Okay, what is that good for? Well, if I'm running down the river and operating a boat and I've got that hood up, it's going to stop the hood from pulling off my head. I don't have to hold it on the entire time. That I really like. For every time that I think, wow, that's a great design on a hood, there's 5 times where I put my hood up and I'm like, gosh, dang it. Like, it's so tight, you have a limited range of motion, you really can't see much or hear much with it, and it's really restricted in your movement. And it's just not my design. I would rather have a loose form-fitting hood. Personally, I would rather not have this little sealskin thing. Again, I'm not the designer of the thing. That's just my own 2 cents. It's got like a half zip to it. It's got like a half zip to it, which I really, really like. You don't have this full seam coming down with the heat laws, but it gives you enough freedom to where if I zip this, halfway down, I can put this on with a stocking cap and my glasses on, and it doesn't knock either one on. Size-wise, they fit true to form. They're kind of a barrel fit. They're a little loose around the bottom. Now, the Generation 2's got a drawstring, but I'll talk about the differences about that a little later. Kind of a barrel fit. I went a size larger, and this is why. I'm going to tell you. They say it's a hoodie, but it's more of a jacket application. I use these hoodies as I go one step larger, so I'm a medium. I went to a large. I wear a base layer. I wear a normal hoodie like this one, and then I wear this over top of it as a shell or an outer layer. This has the Gore Windstopper technology. It's not Gore-Tex. The difference is Gore-Tex is waterproof. That Gore Windstopper is not. The main difference between the two is the material inside the jacket's the same, but the Gore-Tex has tape seams, so you're going to have that waterproof continuation. The Gore Windstopper is just overlaid material, so you can have a seam, and you're going to have wet spots. If this is a torrential downpour, you're getting wet, period. The material itself wicks water away pretty well, but if you're in a driving rain, you're going to get wet. So, again, some food for thought. But with that Windstopper, you keep that airflow from coming in and cooling you off. It's going to get really hot. So don't get distracted by how thin the actual jacket is. It's much warmer than what you think. I was going to put it on right now to show you guys the pockets and stuff, but I couldn't even bear it in the 5 minutes I had it on because you get scorching hot. Temperature-wise, guys, I use this as a shell. Year-round. But I won't put it on until it gets pretty cold. Like, it's got to get around that 32 degrees, like that freezing point for me to use it. Because otherwise, if I have just a base layer and this on, you just get too hot. Like, inside 40 degrees, I don't need the Dakota Hoody because when you block all that airflow and you do any sort of a movement activity, it's just far too hot. So for me, like when I go to a deer stand, I use it for deer hunting. I'll use my hoodie, base layer, walk out the stand. I'll put this on the last second. Because of that airflow, I want that airflow to keep me cooled off so that way I don't start dumping sweat. The overall jacket, the build quality is great. The material itself, I'll let you listen, has a little bit of an audible aspect to it. So take that into consideration if you're going to try to use it for bow hunting. I don't have any issues with it. The only thing I do notice is when if I'm rubbing it against a tree, you do hear it. But as far as I've never had an issue with a deer hearing me on my draw cycle, so take that in consideration. Now, this is the Gen 1. I got the Gen 1 jacket. They don't call it generations, but it's last year's model, at 2018's model, not 2019's. Only difference is they added a drawstring cord to the bottom. And it almost seems like the new ones, this square material here underneath the arm, is a softer material than the rest of the jacket. My jacket is all the same material. It's whatever this is. It's kind of like it's a hard, got a little bit of rigidity to it, no stretch at all. It's got like the wader pants style. It's kind of softer, maybe a fleece almost, on just that one strip. Again, I don't know. I just noticed it. I was walking through and I saw one, and it had that. So I don't know. It's the same Dakota hoodie as I have. I'm assuming that's something that changed in the generations, but I didn't see it in the advertisement between the two different models. So, again, there's your differences between the models if you're wanting to know. That's all I know about it. And I didn't see anything else on their website that would say what they upgraded to make it, X, Y, and Z as far as what the material change was. Other than that, guys, it's got that kangaroo pouch that you would have on a normal hoodie. Zippers on both sides. I love this. I stick my hot hands in there. If I'm walking to a deer stand, I'll stick my Smuckers and some stuff I don't want to get mashed up in there. Zip it up. You're not going to lose it. Another nicely placed pocket, and I use this pocket all the time, it's your over your heart pocket. It's a very, very big, spacious pocket. If you see, there's plenty of room. I'm sticking my entire hand all the way in there. No issues at all. I put my wallet and my keys in there. So if I'm goose hunting and I got bibs on and I got my wader pants on below that, I've got so many pockets, I don't know which pocket my phone or anything is in. So if you want a quick access, like I'm going into a gas station, maybe getting something to drink, having the wallet right here, convenient, a zip away, keys same way. If it's snowing, raining, I don't want to dig for my keys and, be bumbling around at night. Boom, I got my keys, my wallet right here, pull them both out. Love that pocket. All in all, guys, I'm really happy with the jacket. I think that the overall quality, I use this so much. I use it springtime when I'm fishing because of that Windstopper. It's such a thin material, you get the advantages of the range of motion of a thin article of clothing, but you get the warmth and the overall positive experience of having the thicker unit, but you don't have it. You have a thinner material, so you have the range of motion, but you get the warmth. Again, it's a little expensive, and it's not palatable for every people. Like my dad wouldn't. He's not the kind of guy that would want to spend that kind of money on a jacket because he finds sentimental value in the jacket that he has. Once he kills a couple deer with it, he's sentimentally attached to that jacket. He does not want to get rid of it at any point. Me, I the only thing I strive for is I want to have the best mental state that I can hunting. And I guess what I'm saying by that is this jacket helps because, say, if I'm going outside and, there was a great example, and this is actually what happened, this is reason I'm bringing this up, is I was outside hunting, rut, it was November 9th, started snowing, and the state of mind I was in, it was cold, but I had this hoodie on, I was dry, it was keeping the wind off me, it started getting windy, and I was okay. I was able to keep a positive state of mind and think, okay, I'm fine, I'm not cold, I'm going to stick this out. And I saw a ton of great deer activity. If I would not have had this hoodie, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have had another good article of clothing, but without this hoodie, if I was not prepared, your mind will come up with excuses to get out of the woods really quick. The human body doesn't like uncomfortable situations, and we try to rationalize why we should leave. And that's one thing that you can kind of see a difference between some of your hardcore hunting guys and other just novice, amateur, maybe a weekend warrior kind of people, is that they're able to maintain that positive state of mind later. And again, I'm not going to get too philosophical, but if you have the ability to control your state of mind and your overall physical enjoyment of being outside and you're not miserable, if you're cold, you're miserable. And you're not going to have a good hunt because you were thinking about leaving, and you're going to come up with a reason to leave. Oh, my football team's playing, my Bears are playing. I got laundry I got to do, and if I would have seen the birds were going to fly, I would have seen them already by now. You'll rationalize it like, yeah, I'll call my buddy. Oh, he hasn't seen anything either. I'll just leave. Versus if you would have been in a positive state of mind, you're like, I'm not cold, and those thoughts don't go through your head, and you can kind of thwart that from happening. Again, kind of a little rant. But I think a lot of people get caught up in, oh, you're just buying Sitka because you want to be cool. It has nothing to do with that. It is a quality-made jacket. Now, again, I'm not going to say every single piece of Sitka is for me, because it's not. But this one is. The Dakota Hoody is. It's a product that when somebody says, oh, you wear Sitka, I can rationalize, this is a nice jacket. It is well made. The material on it is awesome. I think it's well built. There's not a single aspect of it I'm like, man, this is going to break. And it keeps me warm. And it's got a great range of motion. When I'm fishing, I can use it. When I've used it deer hunting. I've used it, duck hunting. You name it. I use it a lot. So I've gotten my value out of it, and I can say that with some confidence. It's worth it to me. The other article that I'm thinking off the top of my head that's awesome is their wader pant. It is a slammer. I'm going to do a review on that later. I'm pretty excited for that one because I'm very, very passionate about that. I like this one a lot, but price point wise, it was easier for me to get behind that because it's not as expensive, and I wear it literally every day of hunting season. Every day of hunting season, I wear the wader pant. I love the wader pant. Again, awesome unit. Guys, try to catch it on sale if you can. If you have any more questions about maybe the fit or different features and my overall satisfaction, again, I'm happy with it. Try to catch it on sale. If you can get it below $200, pop on it. You're going to love it. Even if you're for fishing, whatever application, if you want to stay warm, again, if you have high physical movement and you're running and doing this, it's going to be hotter than what you think. So don't get misled by how thin it is. You're going to get hot quick. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I try to give you the best information that I can on these reviews. Again, if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, have a blessed day in the field.